Hey rivals, welcome to Back's Attacks. Today we'll be going back a little bit and looking at some of the mid-January events like the Growing Pain event, and take our first look at Daji, who is the ancient featured in this event. You were able to get 5 flames or 1 extra for Daji if you want to go further for the mithril, and this was a individual event. One of the nice features also was the ability to get a sigil strongbox, and that would be used to get a sleeping flame sigil in case you didn't get one earlier. And because of the duplication in magma stones that I had, I was short 1 sleeping flame sigil and was able to get that via the strongbox. And so I was able to take not only Sulric but also Aenir up to epic, and then use the magma stones on them in order to take each of them up to legendary. I definitely prefer Sulric at this point. Aenir is interesting, and he will probably be a little bit more useful at higher level, but I got so many other things I want to upgrade with fire that will come a little bit later. But it is good to see Sulric and Aenir both in legendary, and I know that folks with a legendary Sulric have been using him to great effect. Alright, so it's in this event, 800 points got you the Daji Ancient, and I'm at 795, ready, or hopefully ready to get her on this attack as well. I did use Sulric quite a bit in the event, as well as Emberclaw on easier bases, and Sulric was at a higher level between that second spell and the nice first spell, Rain of Fire, was able to take down just about all of the bases that I was needing to face. There was no advantage for using any specific ancient in this event, at least not until you got Daji and went for an extra mithril. So you just get the troops in, use the second spell to protect versus spell towers. High level Rain of Fire is just a fun and a very effective spell that does a lot of damage. And so we are definitely earning Daji with this attack. Alright, I was able to go on later to get the mithril, but really the main interest here was for the new ancient. That was an arena attack, so we'll just see what the chest gets us. Oh, 10 battle stones, awesome. Love to see that in events. And there is Daji. A very fine looking fox lady, or foxy lady as some call her. And let's take a quick look at the spells here. On defense, it's the normal Flame Bolt Tower. The first spell, Summon Vassal, will pull up a troop that will increase the damage of your troops by 25% and convert ones that come against you in order to come onto your side. So that's really good for facing a base with Malice or with bunkers. The second one, Shroud, is the key one. Defenses cannot target the troops for about 4.5 seconds, and then you get some health back. The third spell does some damage in an area, but really the second spell is the one that is most interesting. So let's take just a second and throw some Primus at her. I do have some fire saved up just for her, and so we'll get her to somewhere around level 21, 26, 31, somewhere in there. I think we have enough to get up to 31. Yes, we do, and there's really no increase in the duration of the second spell, rather in just the healing. But the starting mana and better healing is a useful component for her. From tips I got from other players, it really does seem to be about that second spell. If you have enough mana, or if the base is easy enough, you can drop down a vassal first. That's very useful. But having the troops not get shot at is very nice. Now, they can still be damaged if any fire goes in that area. So if there are other troops not under the shot, while some are, and a splash damage shoots at the one that are visible, your other troops can get hit, so keep that in mind as you deploy that. And basically, it's a matter of repeating that second spell mostly. The third one, its damage just isn't quite high enough yet. There's also some thoughts it's the damage was low or bugged, and they'll probably increase that again in the future. So as with any of these first look videos, they're really are just the first time that I'm using the Ancient, don't draw any firm conclusions from them. But I was glad to see that Daji definitely looks like a viable and fun Ancient, especially with the Shroud. All right, we'll try another attack here on a Stronghold 13 base. I'm Stronghold 14, so should be able to take most 13s if the Ancient is up to the task. However, this one is a Vax fail. This is what not to do. I didn't send the dragon in and basically let all the troops get hit by spell towers and mithril first, so they were being stunned, slowed, confused, and dying before I could even get the mana up. And by this point, it's just too late. There's nothing left of them. So this is in bad shape here. Because the you're not directly controlling or disabling any of the spell towers here, it's really important to use the dragon if possible to distract the spell towers while the troops are still getting in, while they're building up their 10 mana, and while they're getting through the walls. So let's try that again and see if we can do a little bit better job with the distraction of the dragon here. If they're getting shot at by spell towers and mithril while they're trying to get through walls, not gaining any mana, that's not going to go well. Alright, so we're using mostly soldiers and paladins here with one mana hunter. Still a little bit slow getting the dragon over, but not too bad. Get them over protection here. Alright, now they have a straight path here. There's some troop portals in the middle. We'll get some extra mana from that and cast that a few times. So I'm still practicing with this. That was not the best executed attack, but I just really want to highlight for you guys trying this on your own to make best use of your dragon to try to distract those spell towers. Alright, but I do like those spells. And I'm definitely interested in playing more with the first and third one as well to see if they are also of any use. Okay, I want to try two more attacks for this video. On the first one here, let's go against a Stronghold 14, a bit more of a fair test. This time I'm spreading the troops out a little bit further in order to minimize the splash damage and the mithril splash that they're getting from the arrow launchers. We'll sweep across. I'm trying out that third one just to see what the damage does. Again, it's just too low, really. But once they're near the center, you got to keep them under the shroud so that they're not getting hammered by the key defenses there. And the mana in this case is good enough to do that, and so they're able to sweep across the base. Nice visual effects on all the spells, I'll say that. That's kind of true of all the new Ancients that they're coming up with. Really good graphics here. Alright, now some folks in my kingdom were really having good luck with Daji using an all mana hunter or an all birds attack. And I wanted to try that out. And when I went to do that, I realized, oh my goodness, I've been neglecting these birds something terrible. Mine are level 4. This is both pathetic and unacceptable. But if I can do okay with level 4 mana hunters, then there's no reason you shouldn't do much better with ones that are appropriate for level. Alright, so the idea here is if you want to spam that second spell, which takes 10 mana, if you have mana hunters to do that, that should be very effective. And I'm able to keep them under here pretty nicely. Up until this point. And they're just holding out. See, once they're not under that shroud, mine are so weak they're just dying immediately. Ones with higher hit points and DPS will able to do a lot better, but you see the idea for using the birds and see how effective they should be with higher stats. Fortunately, I was able to keep the dragon alive, tanking behind them, and so I was able to get that stronghold against a level 14. So not too bad. I definitely got to work on my birds so I can use this more effectively. Mana hunters of level 8 and 9 are very popular in the game right now with good reason. Just take a look at that vassal. Poor guy. Alright, so that's a first look at Daji. Hope you like that. And let me know what your thoughts are on this ancient. Is it a good one? Are you liking it? Did you like the event? As always, thanks for watching.